Zambia Blog Talk Radio.
Ready to take your nursing career to the next level? At Global Nurse Pathways, we're here to make your dream of working in the U.S. healthcare system a reality. From expert NCLEX exam preparations to personalized consulting and relocation support. Led by the incredible Dr. Alice Nalondo, who holds a Doctor of Nursing Practice and is certified as a family nurse practitioner and a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. Our team delivers top-notch training to help you answer the NCLEX exam. Once you pass your NCLEX exam, we will connect you with the US-based recruiting agencies, setting you on the path to an amazing career in healthcare. Ready to get started? We're just a call or a message away. Call or WhatsApp us now at +1 346 328 1110 for the US or +260 961 875 081 for Zambia or email info@embbehavioral.com. Let's make your dreams come true together. Global Nurse Pathways, transforming careers, changing lives.
Hi everyone, welcome to the show. It's Saturday, April 26th, and we do appreciate you joining us. Welcome to ZBTR TV. Please let everybody know, subscribe, tag a friend, and let them know that the show is on, and we shall be glad to hear from you and to hear in the comments. Please follow the conversation. This is an interesting conversation. This is one of those issues that has consumed or taken the nation Zambia by storm. The Cybersecurity and Cyber Crimes Act, which was signed into law by the president on April 8th. Now, my guest today, you'll be able to hear his voice. Don't worry about his face. We're going to do business as we can do it. My guest is Mr. Thomas Zgambo. He's an investigative journalist, and he's going to share with us some of his thoughts about this cybersecurity and cybercrime thing. My theme today is what are the contentious clauses in the cybersecurity and cybercrimes clause, because you see, especially these, what do you call it, legal things, technical jargon, that's why I prefer to talk to ordinary citizens than bring what normally we call experts, and what they'll just confuse us with technical language. So I'm going to welcome my guest, Mr. Zgambo. Is joining us from the beautiful country of Zambia. Thomas, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Nathan. It's afternoon here. Good afternoon, everyone.
All right, excellent. I hope your Wi-Fi doesn't act up. It's already having issues. Thomas, before we go any further with Cybersecurity and Cyber Acts Act, I want you to give me an update. You told me you had some information about this. This is something that I will say I'm very passionate about, but the country doesn't seem to be talking about it. Everybody's consumed with the constitution, the cybersecurity issue. The Kafue River toxic spill. Where do things stand? Have we had any update from the task force? Where do these things stand on the Kafue toxic spill?
Thank you, Nathan, for asking that question. I think I'll be able to give you more details at a later stage, but suffice to say, First of all, I may ask you a question. How can the polluter be asked to find someone to resolve the problem? So first of all,
Oh,
that should give you that, yes, because the same Chinese company which is polluted the Mwambashi and Kafue River is the one which has found a consultant to do a report. So for me, from the word go, I don't think you expect any good report. Personally, as an individual, I sent a press query to the spokesperson for the Chinese companies now 1 month. No sign of response. So it's definitely to end up smelling corruption, but that is a story for another stage.
I like your forthrightness. I like that, Thomas. Yeah, maybe what you can do is help me with the contact information for the spokesperson, then I can bring them on the show to talk about that. What do you think?
No problem. No problem. I'll give you her contact number. She's a Chinese lady. I spoke to her. I called her. She couldn't pick up. She called back saying she was having lunch. Then she gave me her contact details to send a press query. I did. I called her to ask her to confirm if she received any press query. She confirmed the receiving. I've called her again to find out when they're responding. They've never responded. Next, I was reading that they've hired a consultant to do a report for me. I can even do that story without even waiting for that response.
So, oh, okay. Thomas dropped. Let's wait for him. Oh my goodness, very interesting, eh? How can I like the phrase he uses when he says, how can the spiller, the one who has contaminated the river, be given the responsibility to find a consultant? Okay, I think he's back. Hey, Thomas, welcome back.
Yes, I'm back. It's just the network here. Thanks. Because of security reasons, my phones have no location, so it also affects the.
Yeah, I understand. Because last time I tried to do a live show on this Kafue River spill, it didn't work. It continued. It just kept. Are you hearing me? Are you there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So Thomas, one of the things on this Kafue River spill is that do the people know that this company, one of the shareholders is GRZ?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't want to start talking ill about my fellow Zambians, but I don't think so, because in Zambia now, anything is seen to be a private investment. Yeah, because even if you ask them whether government was involved in the Kitondola door carriage, they will say it's a private company. But there's NAPSA in there, so I think there are very few Zambians who are aware that there's government involvement in that company. I think very few.
Okay, all right. Let's leave that alone. Let's leave that alone. And
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we are dealing with two issues which have sort of taken the nation by storm. The Cyber Security and Cyber Crimes Act 2025 was signed into law.
Yes.
On April 8th. What are the major differences between the 2025 law and the 2021 law?
The major differences are the first of the punitive measures. I think the 2021 law had a bit of semblance of what you can say law enforcement. This law is a law which was just created. It's a bill which became law created to create crime, to fault find. The other one, I think it was to punish wrongdoers, and this one is it's literally there to create crimes, like creating extra verses in the Bible. That's what this law is about. It's there to create extra crimes, as if the crimes existing are not enough. Let's create more crimes.
So, okay, then it implies that if it's meant to create more crimes, they've come up with what can we say, a sheet, a list of things that you cannot do, right?
There are about 33. There are about 33 list of things you cannot do. It's new law.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yes, 33.
Okay.
Yeah, now you can't tell your relative that you have been summoned by the police. Now. You can't.
Why?
Okay, sharing a call out is criminal. You're going for 2 years.
Here, you know what somebody said to me about that one particular point, Thomas. They said it's because, and you know what I'm going to say. It's because the opposition political parties, when they are summoned to the police station, they were sending that information out to the cadres, and all their supporters who converge at the police station. Is that what they are trying to avoid?
I wouldn't tolerate that type of thinking. First of all, why summon those politicians? Why summon them? You summon them because they want to express displeasure at the cost of living. You summon them because they want to address their supporters. Is there anything wrong in addressing support? So first of all, listen, these politicians summoned to the police, they have got supporters, as you have said.
Yes.
President Hakainde Hichilema used to go to political quarters with supporters, not so. Yes, how did Nsama, the prosecutor and the DACA, how were they killed? They were killed because if there's someone who went to attend police summons with a lot of cadres, it's Hakainde Hichilema himself. So why should you stop others going with supporters to the police quarters? So first of all, why someone, when they're trying to exercise fundamental human rights, why summon them? So yes, nothing wrong with supporters to accompany. So for me, that reason does not suffice.
Okay, I hear you. The law, yes. I want us to okay, that is one of the 33 things that I want. Can you outline 5 things? Let's deal with 5 things that have been on the 33 things.
I've given you one. I've given you one, but I'll confine myself. I'll confine myself to my profession as an investigative journalist.
Yes.
One.
Yes. Let's deal with that.
The reason why your listener or your viewers cannot see my face, because I requested that my face should not be shown. Why? Yeah. That means my job is quite risky. If my job is risky, meaning that my life is in danger. So there are times when people threatening me, I need to record people threatening me. Right now, I have to get permission to record someone who's threatening my life. Right now, I have to get permission to investigate. I want to investigate the Kasumbalesa bomb post being awarded to Zimat of Undola, despite technocrats at the Ministry of Commerce and Zambia Revenue Authority advising government, advising the Minister of Commerce not to give away that question, but the government should run it. I'm investigating that story. Should I get permission? Where should I get? Now this law tells me that I should get permission to investigate the people I'm getting. Is that normal?
No.
Is that normal? I'm asking you, Nathan. No. Yeah, to get permission to report corruption. I have to get permission to expose corruption in law. That's what I'm saying. Forget about I heard Dr. Nevas Mumba was on radio today talking about tomorrow thing, pornography. I agree with that. Yes, we don't need to expose our children to pornography and so. But that's what they want to use, so that those Zambians like, no, we are Christians, pornography, but they want to use those small things to oppress people. This law is not there to punish law offenders, no, law breakers. This law is there to oppress. And the reason is very simple. And I want you, Nathan, to understand, and all your listeners and viewers, that everything happening in Zambia now, including the constitutional amendment, the cybercrime laws, and now they want to regulate journalists, they want to tell me what I should write or not, is all designed to give an upper hand to the ruling party so that they can win the 26 general elections. It's to rig the elections. Rigging does not necessarily mean stuffing ballot papers in boxes. No, it's a process. It's a process. So for me, this law is not even supposed to be. It's there because someone didn't want me to talk to you. It's there because someone didn't want someone. They are simply discouraging whistleblowers. That's what this law is there. Right now, someone has housed. Yes.
But, sorry to cut you short, but I thought pornography was already a crime in Zambia.
It's already, listen, that's what I'm saying. It's already a crime in Zambia. But why they want to use it so that they sneak clauses which will help them sustain power. It's to insulate them. It's to insulate them from being questioned. It's to insulate me from asking Paul Kabwe on how Mopani was not a cell when it is a cell. So this law is there to oppress, to curtail you from asking questions, not to punish lawbreakers. No. How do I operate? Myself as an investigative journalist is to get permission from the people I'm investigating.
So from what you are telling me, if we can expand that point, Thomas, during elections,
yes,
if you see an irregularity and you record it on camera or you report it, you get in trouble for that.
Yes, I have to get permission either from Mwangala Zalomis, whom I'm investigating. You know, they say section 7, they say part 1 of offenses, possession of data, illegal acquisition of data, illegal obtained data. But have you forgotten that in Zambia, illegal obtained evidence is admissible in court? Yes. So what are they saying about that provision in Zambian Constitution, which says illegally obtained evidence is admissible in court? The end justifies the means. So me as a journalist, I want to get information about the Ndola Lusaka dual carriageway. Okay, I hear that it's a very corrupt. Surely I should get permission from RDA, which I'm investigating. Is that fair?
They won't give it.
Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. Yes, they won't give right now. I sent Nathan. Let me tell you, 4 days ago, I was approached by 3 journalists who are training to be investigative journalists, who have issued with a very big government department, headed by someone at the level of deputy secretary to the cabinet. Okay, they allege corruption, and they say, Mr. Zgambo, if you are brave enough, can you send a press query to this institution? Because they are such. Do you know how they responded today? That should I go ahead and publish that story, they will use the law to. I'm just compiling other details. I'm able to share it with my public. A government institution alleged to have procured equipment abroad for millions and millions of dollars. Send a press query. They tell you, no, our act says we should not disclose the clients who are dealing with. You go ahead. We'll use. I have it with me just now. Wow. So for me to do a story which is in public interest, have to get permission from the people. Look and what these people do. They'll tell you they've given you access to information. They tell you they've given you are free to express yourself. They give with one hand and they take away those freedom with the other hand. That's what they're doing here. First of all, access to information is not being operational. The office of the public protector, which can investigate a sitting president, is not operational. Me as a journalist, I want to investigate the role of African in managing a fund that the World Bank fund that Ministry of Mines. How do I investigate that if I have to get permission from the people I'm investigating? So this law is there to insulate those in power, not to serve the public. That point I have to emphasize. Read all sections there. They're all there to safeguard the interest of holding that information. But my role as a journalist, as an investigative journalist, is to bring to light what those with power or in authority want to hide. So how do I do this? Section 7, illegal acquisition of data. Illegal 10 years. How can it be illegal acquisition of data, electronic data, if I want to find all the subcontractors for Dollar Lusaka dual carriageway? Because I'm told some of the subcontractors are ministers. So imagine I want my source, give me a list of subcontractors from RDA. It will be a crime. I'll go in for 10 years. Meanwhile, that story is for public interest. I want to know why Tom Shamakamba resigned the Anti-Corruption Commission Director General. I access that information. I'll go in for 10 years. So in whose interest are these laws? If not for those in office. In whose interest? I ask you as well. Because I'm explaining to you what this law means. Yeah,
I've read the whole thing, 18 pages. Yes. I've read the whole act.
Yes.
You see, that's why.
Yeah. So for me, this law is for you to stop asking Hakainde Hichilema how much worth he was when he became a president and how much he is now. This law is to stop you from finding out how much money did the IIH of Abu Dhabi pay for Mopani shares. Okay. This law, because they'll tell you to ask permission. Meanwhile, the access to information law is not operational. Meanwhile, the office of the public protector is not operational. So if I have to complain about the sitting president, I have nowhere to go. So this law is there to protect the people who are governing, not to protect the ones who are governed.
All right, give me another one. That was number 2, right? What's number 3?
Yes. Number 3. The third one. Okay. That one I'm talking about myself. Okay. Receive information. The third one is whistleblowers sending information. Okay. I'll give you an example. The Patriotic Front party, there's a wrangle in the Patriotic. Up to now, we don't know who's the president. State House can choose who should be the president today. The State House chooses Levin Goma, the political advisor to the president, and the Minister of Home Affairs and the PS Home Affairs, because they are in charge of Registrar of Societies, and choose who should be a president of PF today. Okay, so imagine, and that thing originated from Registrar of Societies. Imagine someone from the Registrar of Societies wants to send information to me. Will that person send information? No. So the third one is literally dealing away with the Whistleblower Act of 2010. The same parliament which passed empowering whistleblowers. Okay, this law takes out that law of whistleblowing.
Whistleblower.
The fourth, yes, no whistleblowers now. No whistleblower. You go in for 10 years, 15 years. Okay, 15 years. The fourth one is it infringes the Bill of Rights. Okay, the right for me to express freely. If I call you Nathan, that's why the law says, sue me. There's civil jurisdiction. But this law now gives powers to the actually this law says the cybersecurity agency should be at the imagine by office of the president. Already where the way people are scared of the brick when they hear the OP, they think they kill everyone. Now this law says the agents should be at a state house where Fanny Osiandenge is. Yes, that's what the law says. It will be state house. Because it says office of the president. Office of the president is state house.
Yes.
Okay? It's state house. Yeah. So I'm against that one. That's the fourth. The fifth one, I can give you the fifth one. Okay? About this law. The fifth one, it is that no one is safe, including the judges themselves. No one, because there's a provision where someone can just get oral authority, oral, no writing, no. Okay, so you can just say, no, I think this judge is not with us. This judge is siding with the former PF. These guys hate PF like I don't know. Me, I've never been PF. I was in the Zambian watchdog. I was the main man. I brought UPND into power, but they have for PF. Someone can simply say, within this judge is pro PF. Can we get rid of them? Getting with? No one is safe. No one is safe under this law. No one. Even enterprise is at stake. Even enterprise, Nathan, sending you a business idea now. Me, I'm a person of interest. They can check what has this Thomas Zgambo sent to Nathan in the US. They find that it's a business idea, and anyone who says, "Oh, this is a business idea," they can even steal. So even enterprise is at stake. That's why the US Chamber of Commerce wrote to President and said, "Don't sign this bill." Okay, because even them, they come to Zambia, they'll be discussing this here.
Yeah,
someone will pick up that this is what they're discussing. Yes, and they'll implement it. So this law is only good for Haka Ichilema and the people who work with him. Those who leave office, who are fired, immediately they are fired, it will not be good for them. It's good for people in power. Look, this Larry Mwetwa is a director at Science and Technology. Larry Mwetwa is a non-UPND cadre, you all know. Yes, but these are the guys who are pushing this law. These are the guys who are pushing. What do you expect from them? This law was pushed by Minister of Science and Technology, not Minister of Justice, by the way.
Why? Yeah? Why?
This law, this law, I don't know. Because I don't know. This law was pushed PS, Science and Technology, Matembo, PS Home Affairs, and I've never seen it's for the first time I'm seeing a law being pushed by a ministry, not justice. Yes, it's Felix Mtati and his PS who pushed for this law.
Do we know why? Why Minister of the whatever that department is? Why? What do you think the reason is?
Maybe lawyers at Ministry of Justice found it not suitable. But this law could even cause the resignation of the former ZICTA Director General, Cholona Lubamba.
Is that why Minister Kasune is not able to explain this properly?
Yes, but maybe because Minister Kasune relies on the lawyers that have.
Of course.
So maybe lawyers are saying this is for yes. So maybe lawyers have told her, no, come on, this is an operation. Yeah. So they had to go to people who run Teveta. Yes, they had to go to Science and Technology because the Science and Technology also overlooks ZICTA. Because the thing they want to bring on board here is ZICTA. It's ZICTA. They want to abuse ZICTA. Okay. Head of ZICTA regulating the ICT industry for the betterment of citizens. For me and you to have good internet facilities, they want ZICTA to be conducting surveillance on political opponents. Use of ZICTA. That's not the reason why ZICTA was formed.
No, of course not. It was to
today
provide
was supposed to be, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Now,
ZICTA today was supposed to be prosecuting you. Oh, yes.
Yeah. A side note here, when you talk about surveillance on citizens, is it true that Tayari's Facebook account has been shut down?
I don't know, because I don't want to sound rude. I don't do. I find Tayari not a principled person, so I don't want to believe him. Anything. I'll find out later. But he's
okay.
a person I would want to discuss with you. No.
It's a side note. It's a side note.
Yes.
What?
I'm sorry, I can't discuss that.
No, I understand. It was a side note. Here's the thing, Thomas. You've basically articulated your concerns from a journalist's point of view. What should citizens be concerned about with this law?
A journalist sits in for citizens. That's why they are called fourth estate. Journalists are a bridge between the governed and those governing. So my concerns are basically the concern of the public. Okay, how will the public, if the public, a member of public want to complain or to lodge a complaint about malpractice in government, they have to get permission from who? It should be the same. They have to, even now, people are already scared of reporting government officials. But you report now to some cases to Drug Enforcement Commission or Anti-Corruption Commission. There will be the same people going to those people. No, I'm standing report. So put your house there. It's happening now. What more with this law? Happening now. People are scared of reporting cases of whistleblowing. Okay, with this enhanced law, it will even be okay. Number 6. Now, before I forget, the laws we have already now are applied selectively. Okay, the laws we have now are applied selectively. What more of this one? Right now, I'm telling you, the UPND Secretary General called the Archbishop of Lucifer. You come, that's a big crime. Criminal libel laws. It's a big crime. Yes, he did. He did. The police have never summoned Batuka Imenda. The lawyers, concerned citizens applied to the Director of Public Prosecution to get permission to prosecute Batuka Imenda. The DP refused. Okay. Charles Milupi in the last Kuomboka ceremony, not this one, he publicly instructed Gilbert Swaniso to discipline people criticizing the president. He was never summoned. Me personally, as Thomas Zgambo, Gilbert Swaniso personally defamed me on the People Talk on Radio Phoenix. Okay, I went to the police to open the docket. I went to 3 police stations. They refused to open the docket. I wrote to the DPP because Gilbert Swaniso is in government. Is the government of the the laws, nothing. The laws we have there are already aggregative. They choose who to arrest, who to punish. What more these ones? That who've seen a clause where they say if you defame someone from a certain tribe, whatever, life imprisonment. They have put it under terrorism. Bullshit. What bullshit? And we know the tribe they're trying to protect. It's me calling HH a Tonga tribalist. They don't care calling a Bemba a thief. Okay? It's not a problem. Okay? Yes. So listen. So these laws are targeted at certain people because the current ones are not being applied equally.
Yeah.
Unless we see the current ones, which they are saying are not adequate, apply equally. That's when we start enhancing those laws. Okay? So the transmission data there, the other one they're talking, that's PVT. They want to criminalize PVT. Okay?
Wow.
And
Wow.
I heard about this long time ago. I told people, you people want to analyze PVT. They didn't know. That clause there, transmission of unauthorized, that's PVT. So that you wait for Mangala's Aromis, they want to announce the winner. By the time you go to the Constitutional Court reports to President Hakainde, then one is on him. Then he has saved another. All these things to advantage the sitting government. PVT is criminalized in this law. You can do PVT. But why? Why shouldn't a political party do PVT?
In fact, isn't that what helped them? Isn't that what helped them to win the election?
Yes, that's what helped them to win elections. And that PVT was financed by Diego Casidi. Okay, I can tell you that. That PVT, I was with UPND immediately. I was the main guy. The PVT for UPND was financed by Diego Casidi. Okay?
For those who may know Diego Casidi, who is Diego Casidi?
Diego Casidi is the one who has now fallen out of favor with the President Hakainde Hichilema. And I believe they differed over the Ndola Lusaka dual carriageway because Diego Casidi and his friends bid for that contract, but they believe that what is happening now is not PPP. It's not PPP. So Diego Casidi is very annoyed. Yeah, so he's very annoyed. So he differed with the President Hakainde Hichilema. And after differing, I think he even lost his Lewanika more. Yeah, but these guys can even dictate what the judge should say. So the PT for UPND was financed by Diego Casidi. Today, Hakainde Hichilema and his people don't want PVT. They say it's criminal.
Why? How?
Okay. They say it's criminal. I don't know. But what will then next they'll stop you and me from reminding me, from producing videos, where HH was saying the first time, immediately I come into office, I'll repeal very soon they will criminalize that. The same thing is just broadcasting what is, they'll criminalize it. They'll say it's unauthorized. What is critical information? There's no definition of critical information. What is critical information? In a where you can easily discuss the
You know what, Thomas? There's a lot of terminology in. I have it here. I printed the whole thing. I mean,
what critical infrastructure? What is critical information?
I encourage everybody listening to Thomas, print the what do you call it, the Cyber Security and Cyber Crimes Law Act of 2025 and read it for yourself. Okay, I'm speaking to him.
And you should. On a lighter note, you should even be careful where you print from, because someone can report you. I saw him reprinting something which was written. Even printing that same act can let someone in problem depending on who has printed you.
But Thomas, I got this from one of the WhatsApp groups I'm in, and I printed it. Is that wrong? Is that wrong now?
I don't know, because they are criminalizing everything. They are criminalizing free speech. They are criminalizing expression of opinion. It's criminal now. Yeah. So it depends on who reports. Nathan, I saw Nathan printing those documents. I suspect he's going to use those documents to mobilize people to rise against the government. You go. By the time they say no, he was printing for civic education to give to his relatives in the village, you will have saved already your term in custody. Nothing. There's nothing good in this law. Nothing.
Okay. I'm looking for a UPND leader or whatever to come and defend this. I mean, I wanted to have a private conversation here with Thomas, how this affects journalists and private citizens. Now, going back to PVT, I don't want us to leave my listeners and people watching hanging. PVT is a system that was used during elections. It stands for private voter tabulation, right?
No, not private.
Parallel
voter tabulation. Yes.
Yeah. Parallel.
PVT, parallel. Meaning you can get in a result from your monitors, your polling agents. Okay? So you get, okay, Dundumwezi here, this polling station, UPND 30, this party 40. Your agent can capture those. That's what they do. They capture them they give them smartphones.
Okay.
They capture them on phone and send to their totaling center.
Okay.
Okay.
So now that will not be allowed.
They also on their own. Yeah. It will be illegal. It is illegal. Not it will not be. In this law, it's illegal. But that's critical information.
What if
that's unauthorized information?
What if the candidate, the agent for the candidate, asks for permission, like you are saying, you need to ask for permission from one of the polling officers there?
Who be authorizing? Who give that permission in that law? In this law which you have, who the polling officer, the returning officer at that polling station? Is it the clerk? Is it who?
Okay.
In this law, it will be Mwangala Zalomi Lusaka, Electoral Commission. In this law, that's what it implies. But it doesn't state who will give you that permission. Say now send your results to your party secretariat.
Okay.
Okay. That's why I said, Nathan, that everything is designed to give them an upper hand to win the 26 election. This is not a law to punish law breakers. It's a law to oppress those who want to challenge President Hakainde Hichilema stay. The same way the cybercrime law has been enacted is the same way they want to do with the Constitution. Okay, the limitation it's the same way. The story of the Arab and the camel in the Bible. Okay, you allow the camel briefly court outside. You allow, then it kicks you out. Okay, so this is exactly what they are doing here. Yes.
Now, I still want you to zero in on things concerning citizens. The private
things concerning citizens, it's simple. They are fundamental. This law affects the Bill of Rights. Their right to free expression and their right to free opinion is infringed by this law. That's why, lads, if you see the Law Association of Zambia, they have been very specific.
Yeah, they have.
Very specific about what it infringes. Even as a journalist, they have been very specific. If you read their statement there, they are saying there will be no free press. That's what this statement simply says. So, citizens, it affects their fundamental right to express themselves freely, to share opinion, to offer an opinion freely, or to express themselves. That's the major thing it's on the Bill of Rights.
Yeah. Thomas, for the sake
Bill of Rights affects everyone. Yes.
Yeah. Let me read this from the statement from the Law Association of Zambia. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Paragraph number 4. For those who may.
Yes.
It says, and I quote, this is to affirm what Thomas is saying, because I don't want everybody to think that you're just being inflammatory. Okay. Here's what it says.
I don't mind actually someone because I talk based on facts, and I'm a victim of such laws. So I don't care how am I perceived. I'm perceived. The stage I've really, I don't care.
We have reached. Okay, let me read this, and quotation begins. As last, our position is that numerous provisions of the newly enacted Cybersecurity Act number 3 and the Cybersecurity Crimes Act number 4 of 2025, the new cyber laws, infringe upon the rights and freedoms of citizens, hinder a free press, and have the potential to undermine the cherished democracy in our country, Zambia, which our founding leaders fought so hard to preserve end of court. You can find that on the last statement that they have issued. Okay, I just wanted to read that part, Thomas, since you reference it, and continue. So
Yes.
what citizens should be concerned about this? Seriously.
Listen, they should even be more concerned than me, because me, what I'm doing is a profession. Okay, I can choose to become a doctor tomorrow. Okay, I can choose to be, but the rights enshrined in the Bill of Rights, they are born with those rights as citizens. They are born with those rights. If I offend you, you have the right again to go sue me in the Magistrate Court of Lusaka Court. Okay, it should not be police. It should not be the law enforcement. Look at Munia Zulu. Munia Zulu is today serving jails and for criminal defense. Charles Milupi and Snubeko Msokotwane, people even went as witnesses in court. Where is the fairness? Where is the fairness? Now with this law, okay, so that Stumbeko Sokotwane and Charles Milupi had the right to sue Munia Zulu in the civil jurisdiction of the High Court for defamation. But they used the police to go and arrest Munia Zulu and lock him up. Okay, now with this law, what is in there for citizens? So the citizens themselves, they should be more concerned. I'm more worried about the Gen Z.
Okay.
I'm more worried about the Gen Z. Yes, those are the ones.
They are social media people.
This law is yes, they are the social media people. Okay, they want to. He wants to have a girlfriend. Whatever. You say something which you may not. Everyone's peace and freedom is at stake. And what is it pornography if I sent a nude picture to my wife? It's not. Yes, it will be pornography if it's circulated. But this law just nudity is to the pornography. Okay, and I'm so worried that we have people like former Vice President Dr. Nevers who can support such because he's getting paid by the Zambian government. This thing will affect him the day you will not be in good books with the government. It will affect him. This law, Nathan, this law is good for those with authority, with power. Okay? Everyone good books with the President Hakainde, a cabinet minister, a police commissioner. This law is good for them. The day they leave those offices, this law is very bad for them. So we have to make laws that are good for citizens. For me, this law is there to oppress citizens, not to police citizens.
Okay, Thomas, let's end with this. Let's end with this. This is a serious point, but I don't think we highlighted it so much.
Which one is this?
I'm looking at this report from, and you've highlighted this at the beginning of the show. I'm looking at this report from the Law Association of Zambia. You referred to this, the Zambia Cybersecurity Agency. What will be the work of the Zambia Cybersecurity Agency?
To snoop on it, but if you read that the Cybersecurity Agency will just be like the office of the president. Okay, 24/7 trying to read what. By the way, during there was a press briefing when the President Hakainde Hichilema instructed the arrest of JJ. He said openly, I've planted some people in WhatsApp group to hear what you people say. The President public said it. So now he has just been given the backing of the. He said, don't you have that video clip? The way the United Nations have asked me to compile a final report on Zambia. I'll be sending to the special rapporteur, and I want to remind you of what the president said at a briefing. I've put some people in your WhatsApp group to be checking what he's saying. So this law just enhances what he said. The cyber security agency will be controlled by the president. The president.
Yes, that's what he says. Office operating at the general direction of the president.
Yes. The president who already controls the police, the president who already controls the Human Rights Commission, the president who already controls the Enforcement Commission. So it's just giving the institutions which are already being abused to oppress opposition politicians, to oppress independent journalists. Now that the law has given him extra power, okay, to use that machine. That machine they were going to use is from NSO Israel. That's machine.
Okay, that's where the government got it from, right?
That's where the government got it from. Okay, and the reason why they had to that law is because NSO Israel has had a lot of challenges selling their equipment, especially that we have institutions like Citizens Lab and so. So NSO Israel has been banned for surveillance, some human rights defenders. What they did is, but that equipment was acquired from Ministry of Defense Israel. So NSO said countries which want to use their equipment should have legislation to that equipment because they don't want to be sued.
Oh, that's what that company, so the Israeli government, our company said.
Yes. As for each country which has procured that equipment to have to localize legislation to use the equipment. That's why we have this law. It's for them to use that equipment, because I thought they were paying, I think, about $50,000 to intercept one call before getting before enacting this law. You need a license. You need a certificate to use that equipment. And for you to get that certificate, you need to pass law in your country. And this stupid law they have passed to enable them use that equipment.
Do you know which other countries have this thing?
The number of aggressive countries, but I think the Zambia is top because Zambia has been a beacon of freedom of expression, and so everyone is surprised that Zambia can procure this. But definitely these are countries, they have this, but I think they are moderate in they don't have presidents maybe who would want to cling into power, because this one is all about people want to stay into power.
Well, Thomas, I thank you for taking the time to do this. I didn't even, you see, I read the thing, it didn't even come out the way you've brought it out to say there are 33 things.
Yes, there are 33 items, 33, and about 8 of them affect me as a journalist. The rest affect every citizen, everyone. And Nathan, I want you to emphasize, this law infringes the citizens' right to free speech and to express opinion.
You see, that has really been my main concern, and that's the reason I wanted to have this conversation with you, is for us to try and see how this affects the citizens. And one of the things, in my view, that is not being highlighted is the creation of the Zambia Cybersecurity Agency. I think that is not being emphasized so much. Yeah, that is not being emphasized. My brother, thank you for taking the time.
Everyone will be the president. Maybe everyone will be the president's relatives. Because already the cybercrime unit, which arrested me 3 times, which arrests everyone, is headed by the president's cousin, Alan Mukale. Okay, so right now, anyone, why me? They are looking for Thomas Zgambo. They are looking for Emmanuel Mwamba. They are looking. The person in charge of arresting those people is the president's cousin. Now this law gives him extra power to create that Zambia cyber security agency. He will just put maybe even his son-in-law, maybe even his daughters. Just arrest these idiots. They want us out of power. Yes. So how do you have a law like that?
I know.
No, but do you want to wait for him to do it? Do you want to wait for him to do it?
No, it shouldn't happen.
You don't need to. Yeah. Yeah. Because now, before you go, I want to ask you a question.
Yes, Thomas.
Before you go, Nathan. How come the president is keen in operationalizing this law and not the access to information and not the public protector? How come the president is keen on operationalizing this law when he has not declared his assets? How many people will he arrest who will be accusing him of owning that company? Why didn't he first operationalize the access to information law? How didn't he first operationalize the public protector before bringing this law?
What we are going to do is try to get a UPND official to come and defend this law. I'm trying my best to do that. I'm trying, Thomas. Maybe you can help me, Yunus.
Let's see who defend it. If they defend it, come back to me and I will rebut it again.
You rebuttal it.
I don't think any patriotic Zambian would defend this law. The only person who can defend this law is the one who wants to stay in power forever. But God's time is the best.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Thomas. I really do appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you very much for inviting me on this forum, and may God bless you all.
We shall do a follow-up conversation.
Anytime, you're welcome.
All right, Thomas. All right, everybody. That was our show for this week. Zambia's cybersecurity laws. What are the contentious issues in this act? You heard for yourself. Thomas Zgambo, investigative journalist, is giving us his position. I'm looking for a UPND official to come here and defend this, all right? So that we play it fair. I don't want you to think otherwise. Next week, join us again on this show as we pick up another interesting conversation. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Zambia Blog Talk Radio.